Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. We're excited to be here. We hope that you guys had a good weekend. Did you have a good weekend?
Yeah.
Yeah? You want to tell them real quick what we did over this weekend?
So we went to a family reunion up in, what's it called again?
Daniels Canyon. It's by Heber City.
Yeah. So I didn't know anyone there really because it
Neither
was
did I. It's one of those like grandpa's side of the families, uncles, brothers, nephews, child's, dogs, family reunion that you don't know anyone.
it's your
So,
grandma's dad's siblings.
yeah, I think so.
So your great grandpa's siblings.
Yes.
And there were 12 of them.
Yeah, there's 12.
So you'd think it would be a huge family reunion, and I guess in other years it has been, but this one was a lot smaller.
Yeah.
But it was really fun, and then we came back and we tried to do our water activity with Austin and his girlfriend Sarah, and that was a lot of fun. It just Kyle hasn't been super happy with how the video is turning out since you can't really hear us talking very
There was a
well.
lot of wind.
There was a lot of wind. But it was really fun.
We had fun, so we'll
I
try
got
to
nailed in the butt.
we'll try to reshoot it again in the future, and maybe we'll show some blooper reels at some point. So we were talking. We some people have been talking to us recently and saying, "Hey, why don't you guys like?" Because we haven't really let you guys get to know us very well yet, and so that's what we were just gonna do is a quick video today, just to kind of introduce ourselves in a way that like gives you a little bit more meaning to who we are when you watch our videos. So you want to tell just real quick what we're just going to do today?
We're going to answer some questions.
Just simple, just those if any of you have seen the episode of The Office where Ryan pulls the fire alarm and they all go out to the parking lot, that's right.
Fire.
We're huge Office fans. There's your first thing you need to know about us. But they play a game where like they do like 3 things you would bring on a desert island or something like that, and we're just going to kind of go along those chords of just more animated questions to get to know our personalities. So we have 6 questions, and we're just gonna kind of I've mixed them up. We're just gonna kind of randomly answer them. I'll start. I'll ask the question to Ashley, then she'll answer. Then she'll pick one and ask it to me, and we'll go from there. All right, are you ready? They're not scary questions. I don't think anyway. Okay, Ashley. What is your favorite way to spend the weekend when there isn't a family reunion?
When there's no family reunion. Just kidding. I love to watch movies with my family, and I really love to crochet. So my perfect weekend is probably waking up, exercising, like eating and stuff, but then just like vegging on the couch with my family and crocheting my little heart out. Maybe throw in a bubble bath, because I love those.
She does. That's why I bought such a big tub for her, so she can have lots of baths.
True.
Awesome. Very cool. All right.
The question
Oh, I
Kyle
love this
wanted. 3 things you would do on a rooftop if you were up there for 24 hours.
So 3 things I would bring with me to have to
Oh.
spend 24 hours on a rooftop. Oh. Oh, here comes Audrey.
Oh, shh. Okay, sorry.
I think she put her
We're-
baby
we're-
to sleep.
We're being too loud for her video.
So 3 things that I would bring if I was going to spend 24 hours on a rooftop. I got this idea because when I was in elementary school, our principal set a goal for us that if we read however many minutes as a school, she would spend 24 hours on a rooftop. And I've just been obsessed with rooftops ever since.
It's true.
So that's where that question came from. But
Ooh,
I would
sorry,
bring
guys.
first of all, I would bring a really, really large umbrella so that, if any of you have ever been on a roof, it gets really hot up there. So I would need some sort of shade so that I didn't just burn to a crisp up there.
You just sweat yourself to death.
And that brings me to my second thing. I would need probably like 5 gallons of water, really, really cold water.
He refuses to drink water that doesn't have ice in it.
Yeah.
And he can't even reuse ice. So, like, if he drinks
It's
a glass,
refreshing a drink. Everybody does that.
if he drinks a glass, he has to dump out the old ice and get new ice.
We go through a lot of ice.
I just think it's still ice. It's still good. It's still
But it needs
working.
to be fresh ice, and that's what I use to
don't
cool
get
my
it.
body down.
I don't
Side
get
note,
it.
when I was in high school, when I was on the basketball team, and me and one of my friends, Ty Barton, Ty, if you ever watch this, sorry for disclosing this information, but we were the two that whenever we'd run our drills, we'd have to go and like when we'd shoot our free throws after our coach wanted us to learn how to like shoot under pressure. So we'd go to our free throw line, and they always made me and Ty go over to this other side because by the time both of us were done, there would just be a massive puddle of sweat, and no one else wanted to dribble their ball through. So we always had to go to our own hoop because we just sweat so badly, and so that's why when I drink ice water, it helps cool my body temperature down. So I would bring an umbrella, a huge umbrella,
Your ice would melt
a lot of water. Okay, well. Ashley would she'd break the rules and throw ice to me, but regardless, I would need water because I drink so much water.
I'm a rule follower, though.
And my third thing, I'm on a roof, so I don't need any entertainment.
What are you going to do
But
there?
my third thing, I would probably... You know what? Since Ashley's a rule follower, and I have all the entertainment I need since I'm on a roof, I would have her bring me one of those portable ice makers. So I'd have my ice maker, my water, and my large umbrella, and I'd chill. Cool.
All right.
All right, you ready for your question?
I guess.
Okay. Oh, this is a good one. If you didn't have to work to support your family, how would you spend your days?
This is a good question for me because I do work full time. And so, well, I kind of do double duty because I watch Audrey and I work from home. So, if I didn't have to work to support my family, I guess I would just be the mom that I wish I could be. And just like give her the attention I feel like she's lacking because I work. But I think we would just go on a lot of adventures. We do a lot of crafts because I love crafts. I would probably play the piano more.
Yeah, this girl can play the piano like nobody's business.
That's not true.
It's true.
I'm decent.
She's pretty
but...
good. Above average.
I think that's what I do. More of my time would be with family, obviously. But I think more, for me, it would just be better fulfilling my role as mother. So I don't have quite as much mom guilt.
She's a good mom, guys. She just demands like 110% of her talents and everything that she has to have everyone see. So, Audrey, it's playing, okay? All right. I wanted to answer that question. Dang it. All right.
What was your favorite age and why?
Oh, well, we're not that old yet, so it's probably not a great question to ask us, but I think...
You loved high school.
I did love high school. I really loved high school, but I think I'd probably say my first year in college.
That was going to be my next one.
Because I was up in Logan, which those of you that aren't familiar with Utah's demographics, there's Salt Lake, and then Logan's just like 100 miles north. This is what she does off camera all the time. Yes, whatever. It's 100 miles north of Salt Lake. And the way that it's set up, I just think Logan's the perfect city because you have Logan and it's big enough to where you have your malls, the restaurants everybody likes, and then it's surrounded by a bunch of like small little marshes and lakes and rivers and things like that you can go and play. There's farmland, so you kind of have like that nature feel. Then over on the east side of Logan, there's a bunch of mountain ranges that leads up to a resort called Bear Lake. And so like Logan has a resort, a city, nature, everything you need. And I was a freshman, first year up there, and I just had the time of my life. It was such a fun time because you're in college. It's like kind of your first like hurrah away from parents where you can do what you want. And I took
boy, did he do
I
what
took
he
full
wanted.
advantage of that. It was so much fun. So without getting into too much detail, I had a lot of fun up there. It was a lot of fun. So.
And then he got forced to move back to Tooele, and now we live next door to his parents.
And then this girl happened, but we love it. We do love it now. This is a fun time for us, so don't be fooled. That was a fun time, but this, I feel like there's no greater time to appreciate than where you're at right now, so. All right, what is your biggest pet peeve, petty pet peeve?
So, Kyle
Oh boy.
goes to the bathroom, and if he ever finishes a roll of toilet paper, he never gets a new one out.
I did this morning. Did you notice?
But wait, I'm not done. You got it out, but did you put it on the toilet paper roll?
I put it
No,
close to
you
the toilet
set
paper
it
roll.
on the counter.
Within arm's reach of
You
the toilet.
set it on the... It's literally right there. And so, it's not a big deal, but it bugs me. Oh my god.
That's why this question is petty pet peeves, which is probably going to be upside down, but petty.
That is petty, and it's one of my biggest pet peeves, and it happened this morning.
I wanted that question. She keeps getting all the questions I wanted to ask.
No,
or
you
I
got
wanted
the
to
roof.
answer.
You got the roof.
Yeah, but I guess anyway, I wanted that one too, so.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I know
If you were in a family business, what would it be?
Well, I can give a little backstory to this. So one of the reasons why we started this channel, as we've talked to you about, is that we want to help as many people as we can that don't have the self-confidence or don't feel the self-worth that we all know we all have. It's a lot easier to notice in someone else than to notice it in yourself. And so I think any business that it could be like not dependent on your income you provide from it, I think I would make a business where I just go around and like a road show where I go around with motivational speakers, with comedians, anything, and just go into towns and go into high schools, go in anywhere and make as many people laugh, smile, and just have a good time and be able to forget their problems for a couple of hours and just come and enjoy people making fun of themselves and showing the lighter side of humor that a lot of us have forgotten how to access. So that would be so much fun. I would love it, but I think that's what I would probably do. What would it be called? Like the sideshow road humor. Yep.
Sideshow road humor.
Yep. Sideshow road humor.
All right.
So there you go.
What are 3 things that you think the viewers need to know about me?
Okay.
Oh, you can't wiggle.
Ashley is a perfectionist, and I am not.
That's why he's in charge of editing.
I am not a perfectionist, but Ashley it's almost like she's looking at me like I'm a project that she has to perfect.
Oh gosh, that's not true at all.
She's slowly molding me and like busting off pieces she doesn't like that, and so yeah, no, she's a perfectionist. 2, I know this sounds cheesy and everything, but for those of you that are watching, if any of you ever like had issues or anything like that, I promise you, she would go above and beyond for any one of you, even if she didn't know who you were, anything like that. That's just the type of person that she is, that her parents raised her to be. So I know that's one that she's just 100% inclusive and welcoming. So that's number 2. Number 3, she loves cheeseburgers.
So much. It's a problem. It's a problem here and here.
She loves cheeseburgers. We're both working on it, but yeah, that's her go-to food whenever she's like feeling angry or anything or hangry. It's always, I need a cheeseburger. Go get me a cheeseburger. She loves those burgers. So
I do. One of my favorite memories when we were first married, our work schedules were almost opposite. So I started work at like 5 in the morning and worked until like 1-ish or so. And he would work from
like 2 to 10, 2 to 11, something.
Yeah.
And then sometimes it'd be like 4 to midnight.
So like we'd get like an hour or 2 or 3 in the middle of the day, but then like we wouldn't see each other. And so I was normally asleep by the time I got back, since I have to get up well, I had to get up so early. And he would bring me cheeseburgers. And
So
we would wake up.
There was a burger joint right next to my work, so swipe one on my way.
Wake up and eat cheeseburgers in bed. It was the best. It's probably why I got fat.
She's not fat. All right. I don't want to strain your brain to come up with 3, so give me one thing that the viewers need to know about me.
One thing. Kyle is, if he wants to do something, it's like all or nothing. So like, if he doesn't want to do it, he's not going to do it. No matter how many times his parents ask or I ask, he's just not going to do it.
I'll do like the total opposite just because of my pride. I
Pride.
guess.
But if he does want to do something, he goes above and beyond. So that's why he spent like probably 10 hours trying to edit the video from this past weekend. And he just wasn't happy with it. It just didn't come out the way that he had envisioned it, I guess.
Yeah.
And he had such high hopes for it that it just kind of fell flat for him. And so he just is like, he's like, it's not good enough. It's not good enough. So in that way, he is kind of a perfectionist. Like if it doesn't match up with what he thinks it's supposed to be, he has a really hard time accepting the reality sometimes.
Which probably isn't a great thing sometimes, but that shows that I'm willing to spend so much time on content for you guys, because I know that's such a big deal in people's lives. Not just what we say, but I want to be able to present the messages and the fun things that we have planned for you guys so that you can see them the way we see them. That's kind of how I look at it. I think, you know, if we're going to go do this activity, I want whoever watches it to experience it, pumpkin, to experience it the exact same way we did, which is why I put so much pressure on myself for that. So it's not a petty thing. It's one of those things that I think I want them to feel what we feel, because our whole message is joy and feelings and everything like that. And so it takes a lot of work, and I just want to make sure that you guys can experience the same things, like the same feelings that we have while we're sitting here in our room right now. So
one thing you should know about Audrey, she's obsessed with my hair.
Audrey, can you say hi? Can you say hi to my phone?
Say hi. Oh, tease. Yeah. She loves my hair. It's kind of like her security blanket. She doesn't have a blanket like that, but you better believe she would throw a fit if I ever cut my hair off.
So would I.
Well, I know, but she would have a real like emotional issue.
Yeah.
But
awesome. Well, I know that's just a couple of questions, and the more we get going, the more we'll do little side things to talk and more introduce ourselves and everything like that. But we hope that you guys enjoyed watching this. I know it was just, we're disappointed we couldn't show you that footage, but like I said, we'll probably try to show some bloopers and redo it again in the future with a little bit better.
Absolutely.
Because it was so much fun. So, but thanks for watching, guys. As always, right there, now right underneath Audrey, like right there. Go ahead and hit our faces and subscribe to our channel. And you guys won't regret it, I promise. We'll spend so much time and so much work making sure that you know when a video comes from us, because you'll see the difference and you'll see the care that we put into our videos and everything like that. So
drop any questions that you want to know about us below. We'll answer them immediately.
For sure. All right, thanks so much. We will see you guys on Friday.
Bye. Say bye. Yeah.